TSN News. I'm Blake Holland. Heat warnings and advisories are in effect across much of Texas today as we deal with triple-digit temperatures. TSN meteorologist Wes Houck says we've got a few more days of the heat and then it gets better, at least by Texas standards.
Cold front is working its way across the Four Corners regions of the U.S., and that could get some isolated rain chances by Sunday into Monday for the Panhandle and slowly work its way across the center part of the state, cooling things down into the upper 90s.
And Houck says some areas could see temperatures near 110 today and tomorrow. And we may be in the middle of that heat wave, but Texans are trying to make the best of it.
We've stayed inside this week.
That's what a lot of people are doing. This streak of triple-digit temps expected to end early next week for much of the state. A federal judge imposed deadline for reuniting families separated when they crossed the U.S.-Mexico border illegally is 1 week away. The Trump administration says most of the families have been reunited, but El Paso immigration lawyer Cynthia Lopez doesn't think the administration can meet that deadline.
No. No, I don't think so. I mean, there's really not. It doesn't seem like there's plans in places.
The American Civil Liberties Union is now pressing a lawsuit against federal officials over the government's reunification efforts. The former press secretary to Houston Mayor Sylvester Turner has been indicted. This week, a grand jury indicted Darian Ward for withholding emails and other information from February 2014 to October 2017. Ward resigned in January after she was caught misusing city resources for her personal production company. Mary Benton is the current press secretary.
The mayor does not want to rehash any of this in the media, or in public. He's just, obviously, it's now in the hands of the grand jury or in the court system, and that's how it's going to move forward.
And Ward was also caught lying to the mayor in response to an open records request about the matter. A new study from Texas A&M finds that BPA can have a negative impact on your gut. Dr. Clint Allred says we come into contact with BPA while using things like plastic bottles and food containers. Researchers found that BPA could be the cause behind an upset stomach and even inflammatory bowel disease.
We do need to know more. We need to understand that in specific disease states like IBD, that exposure compounds like this may, in fact, have some really negative consequences.
Dr. Allred says the next step in the study is figuring out how to reduce the risk for complications related to exposure of BPA. Statewide average for a gallon of gas down this week, 3 cents to $2.63 a gallon, celebrating 80 years. This is TSN News.
Bluebell ice cream is a full half-gallon of joy. It's a bridge across a kitchen table spanning generations. A toddler getting her first taste of magic. Bluebell is a best friend, a sad movie, and a good cry. It's dessert with new neighbors, soon to be old friends. A soldier after a 4th of July parade, savoring the taste of home. Some say Bluebell is the best ice cream in the country. Like our original gold-rimmed homemade vanilla, the country's gold standard of ice cream flavors since 1969. Its hand-cranked taste takes you back to simpler times. That's why we put the word home right on the carton.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at your local grocer and pick up your favorite flavor today.
President Donald Trump is casting aside concerns about the Federal Reserve's independence and says he's, quote, not happy with the bank's interest rate increases. A Russian national accused of working as a spy, Maria Butina, will remain in jail ahead of trial after prosecutors argued that she posed an extreme flight risk. The 29-year-old pleaded not guilty to charges of conspiracy and acting as a foreign agent. Comcast is dropping its bid for Fox's entertainment businesses, paving the way for Disney to boost its upcoming streaming service by buying the studios behind The Simpsons and X-Men. And the real-life model for the movie Good Morning Vietnam has passed away.
Good morning, Vietnam!
Adrian Cronauer is the man who made that his signature phrase and inspired that 1987 movie starring the late Robin Williams. On the Texas State Network, I'm Blake Holland, TSN News.